All right, next.
Keep it moving.
Duke and world champion Kansas Jayhawks up next.
I feel like you're still angry that Kansas beat West Virginia. Like, why are you putting it on this team? Their team total cashed over already. 3 games,
Mhm.
team total was 2.5. Get me to the window and give me the money. Kansas is relevant again in football.
Six,
It's not even
six. Not only are they
basketball season.
relevant, game day should have been there this week, in my opinion. That's going to be a that. Listen, you don't say this often about football in Lawrence. That's going to be a fun atmosphere there. They're going to be bonkers for this game as well. They should. They've been fantastic. I told you. I told you the week going into the game. I told you the week after the game. I'll tell you again today. Kansas is impressive offensively. They do some things that are difficult to stop. I like that offensive team a lot. Defensive side still has some questions, but more relevant to us. Going back to last year, Kansas has covered now in 6 straight games. Hello to the Jayhawks.
You
It's
know
not just a
why?
basketball school.
Because odds makers don't have a clue right now what to do with this number. They were 14 and a half to West Virginia in one outright. They're not just off. Everybody talks about the games that the odds makers make 3 and it lands on a field goal. Whoa, man, how do they do it? Oh, it's so that's been wrong about Kansas all season. The season win total was 2.5. They already got 3. They were 14 and a half point dogs at West Virginia and won outright. Can't
10
even
point
make a
dog 10
total
point dogs last week and won outright on
and
the road
won
against Houston.
outright. Yeah.
By the way, I told you I wouldn't take your big bag of money and bet it on Dana Holgerson, didn't I? Didn't we say that last week? You want no part of that.
Boy, you saw
No
that
part
one
of that.
coming. You saw that
No
one
part.
coming.
One other note on those 6 straight covers. This comes from Paul Stone, handicapper. They've covered those by an average of 21 points per game. Those 6 games Kansas has covered by 21 points per game on average.
So they're blowing
Hello.
teams out.
Scoring a ton. Third in the nation in scoring at 53 points a game right now. That
Is this
offense is
coach
rolling.
already getting interviews and stuff for other schools, or is he going to
Well, he's
stay in Kansas?
former Nebraska assistant, so that's the easy link.
Maybe it's what he should have stayed. They should have hired him. What's going
Yeah,
on in Nebraska? My
I'll be honest.
goodness.
I'm not so sure he should. I mean, he's going to parlay this into a huge extension and raise at Kansas, which he should. I'm not sure at this point you don't stay at Kansas, Dave.
You could
Stay at
turn that into a
Kansas.
Big 12 power, no?
Now,
Quick.
I don't know if you can get all the way there, but I mean, you want to walk into that Nebraska mess the way it is right now with the expectations that are on there. Think of
Are
the
you
different level of expectations. Kansas, you're just trying to get back to a bowl. You get to a bowl game, you're a hero there. You go into
hero?
Nebraska, if you don't win back-to-back natties, they're all over your butt. I might
I don't
I know
want that
that's ridiculous.
Nebraska
Say I might
mess.
stay. I might stay at Kansas.
I'm staying. I want to beat Oklahoma. And then, I own the Big 12. I could do whatever I want, at least for another year or two until they're gone. Get that. You're right. All right. So Duke,
All right, so
Kansas.
you're Chief Jayhawk here. Are you going to trust now? Here's where it's different. At home, coming back home after those 2 road wins, at home to get Duke. Duke's scoring a little bit too. They've put up 37. Here's the thing with Duke though. Schedule-wise, Temple, North Carolina A&T, and Northwestern, who just lost to an FCS Illinois State team last week. The
Come
strength of
on.
schedule here is not even close.
Like the kids say,
It's
come on,
Kansas.
bro.
All
Come on,
right.
bro.
Now,
I mean, you
are
can't
you
give me
willing
that
to lay
crap.
the 9? You're going to lay 9 with Kansas. You're going to lay
Well,
9 with Kansas now.
This is also like the kids say, this is extra. Okay. This point spread is extra. There's a little bit of a this is pumped up. I
Little
mean,
premium price on that with the 9?
you got to figure it out. We're still trying to figure out what the hell to make the Kansas number. Because you're looking at it and you're like, Kansas, dude, make it 7. Well, no, they're going to keep betting Kansas. The boss keeps asking, why do you guys keep screwing up the Kansas number? Because we don't know how good they are, because they're really good. And people should listen to 8 in the box. Brad's still mad that they beat West Virginia the way they did in overtime, scoring all them points. All they do is blow teams out. You just said it. Stone, Paulie, who I met, from Vegas trips and stuff, he's going around telling people they're blowing everybody out. What are you going to do? You're going to put 7 and let the bad guys bet them? No, you're going to put 9. At least give you pause. I mean, you're a good measure for the people. Are you laying this or taking this?
This hurts. This might be one of those where if it hurts in your stomach, it's the play. I think I lay. I think I lay it. Two, which is I can't. I'm on here laying 9 points with Kansas now. Here we go. Here,
Say it out loud. This ain't basketball. This would be Kansas Duke is a hell of a basketball game. And they're both basketball schools. Nothing personal. People, thank you for watching the show. It's not taking a shot. It's true. Kansas and Duke in a basketball game would be must-watch television and very historical. Football, 9. How? What is this total? It's 64.5.
up from 60. It's flying. And that bums me out because that's what I would have said to you. I would have said, give me the over. I wish I would have seen the 60 and hopped on it early because I think there's points here. I do.
Well, there's going to be points. I don't know if I'm laying the points. If I had to, and again, there's a term like people say, if I had a gun to your head, I don't like saying that. I'm getting older and I'm like, I don't need a gun to my head ever. But if I'm backed into a corner and I have to bet this game, I can't believe I'm saying it. I think I would lay it too. I
know.
I would. You know, I always like to try to like the dog, but I think Kansas is a juggernaut right now. They're going to keep scoring points.
I think momentum matters, especially in college football, and they've got a ton of it. They brought it into the season. They've continued it. And again, they're returning home. They've won these 2 on the road against West Virginia and Houston. Those are good wins. You go into Morgantown and get a win when you haven't won on the road much before, and then you back it up by beating an okay Houston team on the road. Now you return home. Atmosphere will be good. I love their offense. Their coaching staff is really good, especially offensively with what they're doing. And I just don't think Duke has played anybody yet. I think, believe it or not, playing Kansas is a step up in competition and maybe a significant step up. I think I'm laying the 9 here.
Kansas
I'm with
is they're both teams are 3-0 straight up. All right. Kansas is 3-0 ATS. That means against the spread. Duke is 2-1. But it's funny because once you say the teams that they played, it sounds a lot different. Those numbers look the same, but they sound a lot different. Give me the team that's played a little better schedule. I mean, I guess you put West Virginia on that. That's playing up. I guess. It's playing up. That's playing up.
I see what you're doing. Don't worry. It'll come back
What's
to you. Don't worry.
next?
I know what you're doing. You think you're being slick. I'm on to you. Please. We'll come back.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, click on another video right here on the screen. And if you really liked it, consider subscribing below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.